Welcome to tutorial number 4. And in this tutorial we're going to be creating this circuit in Tinkercad circuits, and we're going to need an Arduino, a breadboard, LED, need to have on a jumper cable that we have here, a couple of jumper cables. This is a 220 ohm resistor and this is a 10k ohm resistor. We have our switch just here. I'm going to start the simulation of the code that I've written for this, and it's very simple. Come to my push switch, select it, the light goes on, I release, and the light goes off, on, off, and the code is very, very simple to do that. So we're going to be going through building this first together, and then obviously the code straight after. So once we first log into Tinkercad, we can then create a new circuit. That's what we've clicked on there. We wait a few seconds and that should open up the online circuit development section. And we're going to come down to Arduino Uno. I just can select on that, move it into position, and our breadboard, and move that into position, which is around there. I need a few things. Need an LED. You can just pop that in just there. You can actually see on the diagram at the moment it's got anode and cathode. Anode's the positive and that needs to go back to the pin. The cathode is the negative and that needs to go back to the ground. Okay, so we need a resistor. I'll pull that in and I'm going to just drop it in there and press R on the keyboard and rotate it and then bring it in so it's in alignment with this pin here. You see that's coming down, bang. It's going to connect in there and I'm going to have that go back to the positive pin. Another thing I need is a switch, and I'm going to pop that in just about there, and it's over the middle of this gap. That's really important because, as you can see, it's highlighting all those dots there in green. It's not highlighting all of them here, so that means that this is going to be a separate circuit from this. So if I connect to this, it's only going to connect to those 5 different points. Same here, only 5. Which is different from down here, which is our negative rail, which is going, anything I attach on there is going to be all along that edge. Okay, another resistor. Bring this down, and I am going to line it up with this bottom terminal to there. Now, I'm going to change the size of these resistors. So I select on it, come up here to the resistor 2, change that to 10k. You can see the different color change there, and this one I'm going to change to 220 ohm. Great, we are done. Now let's just add a few cables to hook this up. So I'm going to select here, move my mouse up, across, selecting to put a bend in, selecting put a bend in, and coming down I connect it onto any of those terminals. I'm just going to connect it there. I could just move these around so it's a bit neater. There we go, it's looking lovely. Then I'm going to connect the ground. So I'm going to connect the ground to the ground rail, which is just there, and I'm going to change the color of that to black. Because black is always fairly synonymous with your negative. And I'm going to change the 5 volts there that I've got coming out to red, which is synonymous with positive voltage. As far as electronics is concerned, it's not going to make any difference if you don't change those colors, but a bit of a stickler for the rules sometimes. Okay, we're going to drop this end of the cathode down to the ground, and I'm going to convert that to black. Okay, so I could just now program this LED to turn on and off, but not the switch. So I'm going to make digital pin 2. That's going to be where my switch is going to connect to, and I'm bringing it outside the board to make that bend, because if I select on the breadboard it's going to terminate on one of these points, and that's going to be not cool. I'm going to change that color. Let's see, I quite like pink, so I'm going to change that to pink. Looks lovely. And the last one that I'm going to do is to this terminal just here, and I'm going to change that to a lovely red color because that's where I'm going to draw some volts from. Okay, so let me explain this pin. just here. What actually happens, there's not this pin, this switch. So I'm going to say I want to use pin 2. And if I say that I want pin 2 to be a switch to get ready to receive an input, then what actually happens, I have to draw that pin, you can see here, back down to ground. It's just the way the Arduino actually works. It has to draw it down to what we call a negative voltage or a 0 voltage, and that won't happen if you don't put in what we call a drop-down resistor. Just trust me, that's what we always have to do. So when I press this pin down, what's going to happen is we have these 5 volts running across my rail. That's going to go up into my switch, and it's going to go up to my pin number 2, and it's going to register that. Oh, this pin 2 has just registered that it has 5 volts because I pressed this button down. Okay, so that's pretty good. We've put this together. I think there's nothing else we need. Let's do some coding. So we press code, and we're going to just drag this out a little bit. So I've got a bit more space. I'm just going to select on this and throw it away. I like to have block and text. We'll go to block and text in a minute. We'll just keep it on blocks, let's say. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is press on control. And we're going to have an if-else statement. I'm just going to drop it on there like so. If it ever acts funny, the best thing you can always do is shut this down and open it up again, like the actual document, and open it up again, and it should work. Okay, so we need a few things to happen. We want to have an input, so we want to have this thing called a digital read, and we want that digital read to be of pin 2. So I want to say, okay, if digital read of pin 2 equals something, so what are we going to do? We're going to say maths. Let's go to maths. We're going to drag this one out, and we're going to pop it in there. Say if this happens, if I get a digital read here, so if I'm reading this pin, digital read 2, and it gets 5 volts, which we're going to say is high. So we're going to say if it equals high, so if that digital pin equals high, that means it gets 5 volts. When you push the switch down, we want something to happen. What do we want to happen? Well, I'm glad you asked. We want to set a digital pin to high. Which one? Well, that'll be digital pin 12. So we come over here, we go, okay, digital pin 12 is set to high. Else means if that's not pressed and it's not high, if digital pin is low, what do we want to happen? Well, we want to set that digital pin 12 to low. So if it's high, sets the pin to high. If it's low, it sets the pin to low. Right, seems pretty basic, doesn't it? Okay, let's go in. So start the simulation. Initializing, yada yada. We press the button down. The button goes, the LED lights up. Take our finger off, it turns off. So if digital pin 2 is high, I press it down, that means 5 volts comes off the rail, up through the switch, back up through this wire, and hits that pin with 5 volts coming from there. Then we say, okay, it's high. What happens? Well, I want you to send 5 volts from here down through the resistor to through the LED and back up to the ground. So that's what happens. Turn it on. Else, when it's not high, it turns off. That's a tutorial, guys. We're going to now build it in the next tutorial with our Nano.